Hey guys, so I have an exciting video for you today about how money is the ultimate power tool for women. And this is a very important topic to me because I feel like there's a lot of ancestral healing and just collective feminine healing when we are empowered through our finances. Because when you have money, like you're comfortable, you are able to do so much more than if you're living in poverty. And money is just a gateway for a lot of options. And even though I am making content about money, I want you guys to know I am not saying that this is the only power tool for women or that it's the end-all be-all, because I know that it's not. And this is coming from someone who I've been dirt poor, and then I've also had 6 figures in the bank all at once. So I've been on both sides of the spectrum. And I can honestly tell you that when you have enough money and you have more than you need and you are able to be comfortable, it truly is a spiritual awakening because you're able to do a lot of different things and you're able to connect with different levels of yourself. Like you're able to pour into your self-care journey. You're able to pour into your spiritual journey. You're able to get your readings. You're able to get cleansed if you need to. You're able to buy your little crystals and your spell books and your spiritual supplies. And I feel like taking care of your spirituality is so important to the divine feminine because lifetime after lifetime, your soul is the only thing that goes with you. Okay? When you leave here, when your body or when your spirit transitions, all you are taking with you is your soul. And obviously the lessons and things that you learn while on this earth. But your soul's evolution is what matters at the end of the day. And a lot of us as women, we not only have financial trauma in this lifetime, think about all the other lifetimes that we lived. Even if you don't know the specifics of what you went through in your other lives, as a collective feminine, this is the very first lifetime that we've had as much access to money and as much power over money as we ever have in the human history. Because it was always withheld from us. We always had to have a father or a brother or a husband approve of our financial decisions or help us to open up a credit card or take a loan out, or even just a lot of times that was the only way that we could receive money was through a man. So for a very, very long time, for most of us, the only access that we had money, it was through a man. And that can be very harsh on our spirit. And then you add in the component of men taking advantage of that. If his wife or his daughter made one wrong move or upset him in any way or wasn't complying with what he wanted, all he would do was cut off financial freedom, which is a form of abuse. And so while I am someone that does believe that the masculine should provide for the feminine, and I'm all for men being the breadwinners, truly, I do feel like as a woman you should have your own money. I don't care if it's just making earrings and selling them on Facebook for $15 a piece. If that's how you start out. Because your husband is otherwise, or your boyfriend, whoever, is otherwise providing for you. Have something. Okay? Find whatever your purpose is or whatever makes you happy and monetize it. That's what I've done, and I'm on year 5, and I'm still here. Has it had its challenges? Absolutely. But this is not my first lifetime running a business. So over time, as my soul grew, and as I shed trauma and negativity from this life, I was able to connect with my deeper self and pull upon knowledge from my past lives. But you have to make room for it. Your soul has to expand. And a lot of expansion happens when we release negative energy, when we release these negative beliefs about money, when we release the belief that women suck with money and the only way that we should have it is through a man. A lot of women that are provided for don't trust themselves with money. So they won't spend on themselves when it comes to self-care. They won't get their nails done. They won't get their makeup. They'll only buy what's necessary for them and the family because they don't trust themselves. Which I totally understand because, like I said, this is the first lifetime that we've ever lived that we've had this much access to money, so it's like a brand new thing. So this is where financial literacy comes in, learning how to invest, learning about different business techniques, learning how to make money, learning how to hold money and invest it and grow it and keep it safe, having good energetic boundaries, not giving your money away, you know? Like, a lot of y'all have spirit guides and even ancestors that walk with you that are willing to teach you about money if you need help. And whatever you need further teaching on, ask them to guide you to those teachers. Ask them to guide you to those resources because that's what they're here for. But this is why it's important to call on the ancestors that were wealthy and that did manage money well, and that did invest. Because they can guide you. They truly can. You know? Same thing with spirit guides. A lot of the Oriental spirit guides, the Asians, they're amazing when it comes to money magic and spiritual financial literacy and understanding how the energy of money works. Like, I know that in Asia, a lot of the countries are very poor, and obviously there are still wealthy people in those countries. There's wealthy people everywhere. But especially in the US, now that I think about it, I don't know a broke Asian person. They all have successful businesses or successful careers. Whatever avenue that they work in or make money in, they're prosperous. And a lot of that, you know, does have to do with their ancestor veneration. Because it's easier for your lineage when descendant after descendant is elevating the bloodline, as opposed to a bloodline where no one is being honored, or it's their first time being honored in a long time. So they have that strong ancestral foundation, and their spiritual core is very much intact and stabilized. Like, anytime you go into a nail salon, boom, ancestor altar. Boom, Buddha altar. Like, they know what they're doing, and it shows. So a lot of the Oriental spirit guides, if you have them in your spiritual court, can help you when it comes to money. This is why spiritual court readings are so important. Because what if you're struggling financially and all you need to do is elevate that one ancestor or that one spirit guide? What if that's the key to your success? Get your spiritual court reading. If you need one from me, you can either message me on Instagram at Siren's Nectar, or you can text or WhatsApp 678-390-0688. But I offer them. I'm very good at them. I'm able to see your spirit guides. I'm able to see the ones that stand up for you, the ones that are willing to help with this time and what they're good at and where they're from and all that good kind of stuff. But our spiritual court plays such a huge role in our life. It's crazy. And sometimes it truly is a matter of making a connection with that spirit guide. This is turning into like a tangent, but whatever. You guys, I don't even know what I'm going to title this video because we're going off on so many tangents. Okay. This is why I always try to have notes when I do my videos, just so I don't go off on like 5 different tangents. But those that resonate with me are going to resonate whatever I say. So, with that said about the spirit guide or ancestor portion, please know that you should not only go to your spirits when you need money, and that is not their only purpose in your life, okay? Please do not treat them that way. Please do not have that belief. But they also acknowledge that we live in a very capitalist society. We need money to survive. And as a woman, you have a built-in connection system to the divine. Just by being a woman, just by being you. Because we are literally walking portals. Our body is literally made to transport souls from the cosmos to here. And to grow them and nurture them and take care of them. We are very powerful just by being, just by existing. Anything that we want to, we can multiply. Good or bad. Sometimes it does work to our detriment. But we do have the power of multiplication. We do have the ability to attract what we need and a lot of what we want. But the feminine has so much power when it comes to abundance. It's just there is a lot of collective wounding and issues when it comes to money because we don't have a lot of experience with it, a lot of us, on a soul level. So don't just hand all of your power over to a man and not make your own money. I don't care if you're only making $20 a week. Do something. And invest that money. You can invest on damn Cash App. Any amount, whether it's $1 or $10 or $100, you can choose how much stocks you can buy. You can buy partial stocks. You don't have to buy a whole unit. If $5 is all you can invest, then do it and watch it turn into 10. Another thing that my grandpa is wanting me to tell you guys. This is where ancestral wisdom comes in. Okay, hello. When you're first starting to invest, you're building your financial portfolio, it's very, very good to invest in economically stable things that, for the most part, unless there's an apocalypse, will always be up and running, okay? Things like utility companies. That's what my grandpa did when he was alive. He invested hundreds of thousands of dollars into utility companies, and it wasn't always the most expansive investment. It would move only a little bit up and down, but it was stable. Because it's a power company. Hello, everyone needs power. So, start there. Don't invest in something that could go down tomorrow. You wait until your primary investment gets a good foundation, and then you can move on to the more risky things, like DoorDash or Amazon. Actually, Amazon is pretty stable now. Google, things like that. But just play around with it. Invest in things that you like. Support companies that you like. Like me, something that my daddy always taught me growing up is that no matter how bad the economy is, women are going to invest in their beauty. It doesn't matter. In some way, even if they have to get it from the Dollar Tree, beauty is always going to be there. It's just ingrained in our DNA. So invest in things like Sally Hansen, Maybelline, L'Oreal, Sally's Beauty Supply, hair color supply companies, because women are always going to cover up those grays. They will always find a way to buy those products. That's just how we are. So, those are just two examples from two men in my family that taught me different things about finances and investment, and they've proven to be right. How did I receive this knowledge? Listening to them when they were alive. Sitting with them. Because, take advantage of the fact that the masculine has more experience with money. Talk to men that you trust about money. Men that are willing to teach you and guide you in the right direction. Okay? And if you don't have that, then call it into you. As women, we are very good about calling things into our lives. That's what the feminine energy does. It attracts. It doesn't chase. It calls it in and attracts it. Okay? I will be making more content about money magic in the next few months, and eventually I will come out with the course. Right now, I'm working on the courses that I want you guys to take first, which are the foundational things. Right now I'm working on a healing for witches course, because I believe that healing when it comes to witches is a lot deeper, because we have had tougher lifetimes. We are just a special type of woman that deserves a special type of healing. And I want you guys to be healed and have a strong spiritual and energetic and emotional foundation before you move into things like money magic. Because you can manifest money all day, but if you're not healed, you're going to fuck it up. So I'm really trying to get a good foundation for you guys. If you're interested in that, you can go to sirensnectar.com, and that healing course will be available next month. I might finish it before then. I'm almost halfway done right now, but I don't want to promise it too early. Okay? But yeah, go to sirensnectar.com if you're interested in my courses. Okay? I love you guys. Thank you.